What a day in crypto and the stock market. What crazy news events have unfolded. Oh my days. So, DeepSeek AI, we're going to cover that, maybe debunk a few things and a slight market update as well to go with. Let's hope we can once again maybe try and calm some nerves, go through the market, and we shall see. Let's jump straight in. So if you've lived under a bit of a rock today, or you just woke up and saw your portfolio and said, nope, going back to bed, this platform called DeepSeek has caused a bit of a stir in the markets, especially in the AI side of things. So Chinese AI bot, very similar to ChatGPT and OpenAI and other American platforms. So it gave a shock in the market today for a big reason, and it jumps to the top of the App Store for AI and within its type of use case on many other parts of the App Store. Now, could be wrong, but I believe you can even pay your way up there a little bit, but I do still think you'll need savvy marketing. But that was still enough to put a bit of fear and uncertainty and doubt into the US market. So DeepSeek AI has then flipped the big American companies for a short period of time. Then the rumor on the back of it, with half the power needed, half has left work, just easier to use, X, Y, and Z, supposedly overall the better platform. Now, as the day has unfolded, and all the news events will be on here as well. First of all, the Chinese spooks investors, and there is another one of these top spot on the App Store. There we go. ChatGPT on the App Store. It was flipped by Seek, and a lot of turmoil has happened. So supposedly it's easier to use. It's less to run. It's cheaper. It's more efficient, and all the other bees knees, bells and whistles. But there's then little situations where it is using Nvidia chips just to run it, for example, but a lot of negative pressure got put on Nvidia earlier today because Nvidia is running obviously other US platforms. Well, why do we need Nvidia and why do we need US stock or US companies to program and run us when we can have China do it? Now, during the day of how busy DeepSeek became, DeepSeek then actually crashed. So that's another event that unfolded. So it couldn't handle the overload. Supposed to be the best chat bot in the world currently today. So then it crashed, and then it blocked new users from signing up. And then when you go through their privacy terms, again, there's a lot of situations where they will read your keynotes on your phone. It can potentially read your Face ID. It can read your behaviors and your IP address and other things that you might not want anyone to have access to, never mind a foreign app. So that spooked the market. Then people have thought, oh my God, Nvidia is going to crash, which it has had a drop off. So 600 billion, I believe, today in its market cap has been lost. That is a big one. That is big. Now, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, or the higher that number and the harder that number is to stomach because of how much this stock is actually worth. It is worth an absolute ton and more. Now, let's just go through history of this exponential run that Nvidia's had already. It's already had a 22% in its current build-up. It's then also had a 24% correction or pullback in this build-up. Then it also had a 35% correction. Currently, now let's be honest with each other, it is not over yet until it's over, but 22%, 22.5%. So this at the moment is not unusual. So it is very, very news-based fear, and that has obviously shaken out the market. That then has a knock-on effect to crypto. So risk on stocks anyway, and tech stocks, the US stock market does have quite strong correlation into crypto, and crypto has strong correlation to risk on tech stocks. So if we just head over to Bitcoin for now, Bitcoin has taken a drop, but we are still here comfortably above 100,000 or above 101,000 at the time of the video. We have just done a push up to 102. Drawback here and the downside is we have tested this support, which we've tested a few times, but this event today that's unfolded has actually pushed Bitcoin down. there's not really many times where Bitcoin is going to handle a complete stock market crash and it will just not move with it. So Bitcoin has fallen as well, and we are now underneath the resistance, what was support. So if we don't start closing above this area just here, we could be looking at another drop off, maybe back into the 90,000 levels. So what do we want if we are bulls, and should we be completely worried? Well, first of all, trend is your friend until the end. Here's what I did earlier. But what we're probably looking at here and what people want is a nice higher low formation to continue in this potential rally up to 120,000. Now, that will be good for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has tested that this is basically the range, guys. 90,000 all the way up to, say, 108 to 19. 108 to 19 is realistically the range. So that's what we're looking at. And whilst we're in that range, everything is safe. Bitcoin is safe, should we say. So we want that uptrend to carry on. But is that always going to be good for crypto? Well, as you've all seen in recent days, people, Bitcoin rallying doesn't necessarily mean that crypto rallies. And a lot of that is due to its dominance. And we've done multiple videos on that. So please feel free to go and look at my Bitcoin dominance videos. But if we go on to total 2, this is the market excluding Bitcoin. So as we can see here, nice rounded bottom still, and we are holding a very important range here. We're holding a very important support where we also did already have what we would maybe considered a nice double bottom here. We'll flash what the double bottom is, and it is supposed to be and considered to be a bullish pattern and a bullish move. What we do need, though, because as you can see at the top, we do have a high, then a higher low, a higher low. We didn't break it properly, and now we've got another higher low or a parallel high, and then we have fallen back down. So we are needing this trend to break. So if you want to get it on your charts as well, head over to the 4 hours, just draw this trend. Feel free to do so and keep observing and keep monitoring. If we do break this trend, it's a sign of a potential break of structure in the market. You know, the character of the market could be changing and we could be looking at a breakout. I just want people to know one thing, or to understand one thing as I do start wrapping up the video, is this is all in and around last cycle's previous all-time highs. So as you can see, that was the sell-off area there. There was a sell-off there. We did a test, we rejected, and then we went off into that bear market. So whilst we are above here, and already just for the cycle, it's already still looking very bullish. But yes, some people's coins, depending on what you're holding, are being battered and bruised for now. But the market currently is still in a strong uptrend. And I just wanted to go through this as well just before I do head off. It looks very, very similar to the Nvidia charts, but I just want people to understand that these type of pullbacks, and this one was a nasty one because this was just coming out of the back of the bear market. We had a lot of hopium, a lot of hope in this market, and then we sold off 25% again, kind of times 2. Really, really bad moment for a lot of people. I remember it quite vividly. I enjoyed it because I was accumulating low, but people just want that bull run right then and there. And I'm getting the same type of feeling that that's what people are after right now. They just want the bull run now, finally. Then we had a 17% drop off here. And here was that big one where a lot of people in 2024 did capitulate, and we actually dropped 43%. Now that was big, and we did break out of the range, and it was looking pretty nasty at the time. We have gone and rallied since. We're still putting in them bull flags, your bull pennants, whatever you want to be calling these. We are putting in that rounded bottom just here, and we are only, let's just keep it real, we are only 21 to 22% away currently from breaking previous all-time highs. It's painful depending on what we're holding. If you're in low caps and mid caps, your life might not be as great right now, but you will have a time. Hopefully everyone's portfolio has a time. The money flow does usually trickle, and that's when we hit what we call the alt season, which is everyone is after. But right now, 21% away from them previous highs. Personally, I'm certainly not giving up here. I'm not going to paper hand into these type of news events when I'm only sat at 21% away from breaking them highs and hopefully rallying off into the alt season like a stress that we all deserve and want. And that's it from me. I tried to keep that as condensed as possible. There's a lot going on, and until the whole news event unfolds, we don't really know the full truth of DeepSeek right now. Is it using Nvidia's chips? It looks like they are. Which ones are they using? How many? Is it actually better, or is it a genuine copy and paste? We are going to find out. My verdict, shall we say, and the way I'm looking at this is I'm a glass half full on this one. When I woke up and I saw the news, I'm like, how's that bad news? But obviously the market reacted, and I understand why it spooked the market. One thing is America don't own the rights to AI. So any country in anywhere can make an AI model, and if it becomes a big company, it becomes a big company. The other one is an AI type of race between countries, which then can have a really good knock-on effect into the stock market and risk-on market and tech markets. That's going to obviously push all the big tech to keep developing, keep growing. Then a knock-on effect into crypto and AI stocks in crypto. Well, AI coins, should we call them. So AI coins in crypto and projects of AIs in crypto. So, I mean, some of my favorites, I've done an AI video in the past, so we'll link that as well into this. But Arai is one of my favorite AI coins. So if anyone wants to look into that, I can gladly do a solo video on that as well in the near future. But all these short-term negative outlooks, I'm looking at a bit more of optimism, a lot more positive on the back of it than maybe a lot of other people are online. But for me, glass half full, it's good for innovation, good for growth, friendly competition. Let's hope it stays that way. But what is wrong with friendly competition between countries? And that is it from me. All the best. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is this been good for crypto in the end, or is this a nail in the coffin? I am Fitzo Crypto. I'll see you on the next.